In my last video, I talked about the externalization of power in terms of health. So now I want to talk about the externalization of safety and security. So physical safety and security. And this topic of externalizing power, it really fascinates me. And it's an interesting phenomenon that's happening in our society today. So regarding safety and security, whenever something goes wrong, everyone tends to turn to authority figures for the solution. So whether it's someone doing harm to others in public, like shooting or, you know, trying to rob a store or something like that, people depend on police to resolve that. And that's just the way our society has been or has become. And if like a fight happens in a nightclub, people rely on the bouncers to do all the work to restrain the individual that's causing all the madness and the chaos. So this is kind of a vision I've been getting. It's kind of an idealist, utopian-ish vision. So I don't know how soon we can put all of this into practice, but it's an idea, so bear with me. So imagine a world where everyone from a young age is taught self-defense and martial arts. Okay, so everyone is very, very able-bodied and able to restrain individuals that are causing chaos or put them in their place physically and stop incidents from happening. So imagine everyone having those capabilities and having confidence in those capabilities. So you combine that with things that I also talk about, like kids engaging in meditation, asking the big questions in life, reforming the education system, and things like that. So, because the essential fundamental components of everything is your mind, your state of consciousness. So if you are stable consciously and you're a good person who is compassionate, empathetic, and you want to help yourself and help others, you are going to prevent bad things and create good things in the world. So if you reform the fundamental psychology of people, because obviously the systems that we're using are not working, and a lot of people, most people are either, mildly depressed, and some people are insane, some people get violent. So it's creating a lot of that within society. So we need to reform the fundamentals of it, like what kids learn, what kids start doing initially, and that kind of stuff. But that's a little side tangent. So imagine a world where everyone is proficient in self-defense or some form of martial arts, something like that. Someone who is going to cause harm to others is really going to have to think about it first. Because imagine, let's say you have a gun and you're in a public place, you're in like Times Square. You know that you are surrounded by thousands of people that are proficient in self-defense and that could put you on your ass in half a second, or they can snap your neck or pin you down. If you have that in the back of your mind, you're so much less likely to carry out something that's going to cause harm to others. And then combine that with what I said before about, teaching kids meditation, teaching kids how to manage their emotions, that kind of stuff. So if you do that, people are far less likely to carry out things like that in the first place. But let's say someone slips through the cracks and they do, they're going to know that everyone around them has the ability to stop the incident from happening. Everyone around them. Because if one person's trying to start a fight and there are, dozens of people around them, that person is going to get restrained pretty easily. So that's a paradigm shift. So instead of people like running away and cowering, people stop the harmful act while it's happening or before it's even happening. Because also with this self-defense, self-awareness, you are going to see these things bubbling up. So you're going to see the early stages. if you're well learned in this, you are going to see when people start acting like that. So you will be able to put it out in its earlier stages. So that's another point. And yeah, imagine a world like that where everyone is proficient in self-defense and everyone can handle themselves in that matter. Like crimes would go down. You know, are you gonna rob a store if you know that everyone in the store, including the cashier, can put you down almost instantaneously? You know, and even if you do have a weapon, tons of unarmed people around you. You know, if you're outnumbered, which you will be, if you're trying to do any public act like that, you could easily get put down. And I don't agree with the existence of weapons in the first place, but this is another tangent. But they do exist. That's a reality. But if you have an entire population that is well learned and capable, physically adept, and good at self-defense, know some form of martial arts, you can stop a lot of this bad stuff from happening because the power is with the people. You know, the power is in the masses. So instead of the masses cowering away and externalizing their power to police forces or things like that, when the individuals have the power, things can get resolved way quicker and more immediate. And yeah, so there's a bunch of factors as to why this externalization of safety and security has happened. You know, it comes down to the programming with school, the programming with the media, diet, lack of exercise. This is all creating people that aren't able-bodied, people that aren't confident, people that are afraid to really stand up for something. And I'm not saying we have to like get rid of police immediately, but through engaging in some of these kind of practices and integrating this into society, you can slowly phase out or greatly reduce things like police forces and things like that. And yeah, empower every individual. And that's a message that really resonates with me, to take your power back. Stop externalizing your power, because we are all infinite beings with so much capability and so much potential if we just tap into it. All right? Peace, peace. Much love and one love, baby.